What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we are talking Terraluna Classic, in particular version 5.21. We're going to be talking about what that looks like and the interesting development on the blockchain coming soon. So if that's something you like the sound of, make sure you click that subscribe button. Also, click that notification bell so you know when we go live every night for our live stream and when we upload a video, and hit the like button. If you're in the Terraluna army, let me know by clicking that like button. It does help the channel out and it really makes me want to keep doing videos for you guys on this topic. So let's jump into it. We've been hovering around this kind of 10.6, 10.4 range. We have seen we've had about 5 hours now of sells coming down, and look, the whole market is down. We can see 4.12% on Lunacy. Volume underneath that 200 billion isn't good though. We do need to start to see some of that volume come up. Bitcoin is down nearly 3%. We are just seeing the market really start to struggle a little bit, which we kind of knew was going to come. We are all talking about whether the rebound comes on the back of this, and I think Luna is no exception to that. So around that 10.6 mark, we would like to see volume go up, but again, what do we want to see in bear markets? We want to see building of utility, and in particular with Luna Classic, we want to see solid foundations that allow us to, when the market starts to turn, to really propel this project. Now, what have we got coming up? Well, we got this from EK826, again, one of the developers as part of the Terra Rebels team. Dear Terra Rebels, testnet validators, thank you for your support. The testnet and serving as validators. This channel is open to all questions related to setup, coordination, and general maintenance of the Rebel 1 that testnet has been successfully running. Successfully now for more than a week. We have had 14 validators come online and created 255,000 blocks. In the next 48 to 72 hours, we'll be migrating the testnet to software version 5.2. Now, if you remember, this is to upgrade the software that sits on the blockchain. This has got all the new coding that we know is ready to rock and roll going onto the mainframe. Doesn't mean it's going to be active. It does mean it's going to be implemented, ready to rock and roll. So you can see there, testnet software version 5.20, which is the current software running on Columbus 5. Following the downgrade, we will then proceed with an upgrade to version 5.21, our new core software, a few days later to simulate the actual upgrade process. After this test, we'll be doing a downgrade again to version 5.2, but the second time we will sync the testnet to Columbus 5. For the last migration test, note the space required to run on mainnet with the amount of transactions you will need to meet some minimum requirements like 32 gigs of RAM, etc. So people that want to become validators. What does that all mean? And this was about 4 or 5 days ago. Well, to implement the new grade of software, they need to turn down the current software that's on there in order to implement it. What we don't want to do, and I talked about this in my video yesterday, is to turn the blockchain off. It's just not a good thing. Even if you tell everyone the reason why you're doing it, the minute you turn the blockchain off, it turns people away. It just does. Now, what have we got? Well, we got this. So in about 2.5 hours, the testnet will hit the security block where delegation and create new validators will be disabled. We will then run a diverse set of transactions, as many as we can, to mirror the types of transaction on the mainnet. It will take a few days to allow us to also package up V21. Then I will ask testnet upgrades to upgrade the package. It will estimate that it's going to take about 5 days. This is the upgrade we're waiting for to get that version 5.21 out there, the upgraded code on the burn mechanism, the 50% community tax, the staking and validator increase in rewards. That is what we're going to get. So pretty exciting news that we are absolutely stepping forward with this. Again, delivering on what they've promised. And remember, I always bring this back. This is a self-organized, community-driven team. They're not part of any project. They want to see the success of Luna Classic, as I am sure many of you and I want to see the success of. So I think it's pretty big news that we're going to see. In terms of what does that scalability look like? Well, there is a ton of validators right now on the Luna network. You can see all of these validators. Now, some of them obviously have big powers, some of them don't. And all of these people, and 89 of them, uphold the validation of the Terra Classic blockchain. So some of the big ones, Orion Money, which we've talked about. Hashhead is another one. All big ones. Now, they will be running the blockchain. You can see here, they've got voting power, they've got commission running in, and they've got blocks proposed. So these are validating right now on the network, on that old version. So pretty exciting to see. Obviously, a lot of these are going to have to move over. But I do think, according to this, when we see this upgrade to the new one, all the coding as part of the white paper is ready to go. It's going to be a matter of time and making sure that everything is nuts and bolts tight, ready for when this goes live, we then start to see it. And I do then think we're going to start see some interesting moves in terms of centralized exchanges. We talked about Binance a lot on the channel, as everyone does. we will be live with 1.2% burn tax on mainnet operating on every transaction. So where does Binance go then? We talked a little bit about the stacking of the wallet. It's going to be dead interesting over the sort of next week to 2 weeks. Again, this isn't about rushing something that's not going to work. This is about step by step rebuilding something from the ground up. It's like launching a brand new project. But I, for one, I'm more and more excited about what's coming onto this. Yes, the price is a challenge. Yes, we've seen that. Yes, we need some more volume. But I think with what's coming on, what they're doing, what they're enhancing, it can only be positive. And it's still outperforming Luna 2.0. So I think validators are moving back, especially when we start to increase the staking rewards. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know about the upgrades, and I'll see you guys in the next video.